Today's video is about the idea of commissioning ourselves. Now, let me tell you what I mean by that. In my experience, personally, in my own life, professionally, having worked with thousands of people, one of the dynamics I've found so often is that we're just waiting, basically. And often we don't even know what we're waiting for, but we're waiting to initiate something, we're waiting to do something. And often what we're really waiting for is the world to say, yes, we want what you're doing, or we want somebody to give us permission or encouragement to do what we want to do, or what we feel inspired to do. And really the most courageous, brave, spiritually kind of audacious thing we can do is to commission ourselves, is to choose to show up with things in the world that people aren't necessarily asking us to bring into the world. I'll just tell you a very quick story of how I came to this idea myself about 13 years ago. I was just writing my second book and I was working with a big publisher. And I was amazed, to be honest, at how well I was doing at hitting deadlines to hand in drafts of manuscripts and then final edits and all that kind of stuff. And I thought, wow, I'm really proud of myself. I'm really hitting the deadlines here. And then also I was thinking about taking all the talks that I'd recorded. I'd taken to recording all my talks on a mini disc recorder. And I kept meaning to turn them into CDs. But what I noticed was I never quite turned them into CDs. And I just sat with this kind of thing, like, how come I'm hitting deadlines for my books, but I'm not hitting deadlines for my CDs? And it suddenly just dawned on me, I'm being commissioned to write a book, so therefore I'm responding to having been commissioned, but nobody is commissioning me to produce the CDs. And then I had this kind of moment of awareness, which was, well, I can commission myself. I can say to myself, yes, create these CDs, turn them into products, put them into the world, let people have them that don't want to read your books and want to listen in the car. And it was this kind of moment of awareness for me that I could commission myself, and we can all commission ourselves. And I think it's such a bold and courageous thing to do, because so often the world is not asking us to bring our gifts or talents or inspired ideas into the world. So I think it takes tremendous courage to say, I'm going to take what inspires me and bring it into a world that isn't asking me to do that. I'm going to show up with something that has come from my heart and my soul and offer it to the world. To me, that's one of the ultimate acts, I call it self-sovereignty, of kind of being in the best possible way in charge of ourselves. So have a think today about what projects, what ideas are you waiting to be commissioned for, or are you waiting for somebody to say, yeah, go ahead and do that? And what I would encourage you to do is sit down with yourself and say, you know what, I will commission myself to do this project and to bring it into the world.